There you have it. Those were your latest Kentucky Derby standings after the Holy Bull. You see Todd Pletcher at the top of the leaderboard with Nearly, who wins the Holy Bull Stakes. We are going to give you a complete breakdown of what happened in the Holy Bull. Of course, the big news with Ted Noffey coming out of the Pletcher barn off the Derby Trail. Your Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner gets right back at top with Nearly and Johnny Velasquez. Here is your field. It was a field of 9. The number 6, Butane, didn't make it. Travel issues, and the number 9, Game for It, for Chad Summers, was scratched in this race, and the number 2, Roger That Dana, also scratched. So we will give you the replay here of the Holy Bull Stakes and talk through what happened. Cannoneer was your number 5. Nearly is the number 7. And interesting here, the number 5, Cannoneer, and Nearly, you're both coming out of a 7 furlong race in which they went 22 seconds, 45 seconds, 109, 110, respectively. They go at it right in the front end. Cannoneer earned a 99 Equibase speed figure on November 29th at Churchill Downs. And we'll circle here for you in a second the clock. You're going to want to pay attention to the clock to see how fast Cannoneer and Nearly are going on the front end. And you will see that they go up and put up 22 and 4 right there. Okay, so they're again doing what they did in their first two races, both going to the front end. And Bravaro is the number 8, who's sitting third there for the Saffie Joseph barn with Tyler Gaffleone aboard. That's this running style that he has shown, and he ran in the Sleepy Hollow, which was a mile-long race back in October at Belmont at Aqueduct. So a little bit of a distance question is what you're thinking right here is, can Cannoneer and can Nearly keep up this pace? Nearly had a race on January 2nd when he was bumped hard coming out of the gate, but took care of that field. It was only a field of 4 very easily. Nearly is sired by Not This Time. And at this point right here, I want you to watch Johnny Velasquez because he's going to take a look over his shoulder at this moment here, right there. One look. Let's look to the other side. And I think at that point, you know, or he knows that he's sitting nice. Now, there's one thing I want you to pay attention to. Nearly has this race won right here. Look at this. Whip, whip. Look how fast he accelerates right there in the stretch to finish off this race really nicely. The visual that you see here for Nearly was spectacular. Number 3, Project Ace, getting up for third. That was a horse I talked about on Doubling Down. 40 to 1. It closes from the clouds, and he does that again in this race. But this race was all about Nearly in the Todd Pletcher barn for Centennial Farms. $350,000 Keeneland September sale purchase. Nearly gets the job done. Now, one other thing I would like to talk about, though, he only got a 90 when you're looking at Equibase speed figure numbers, which to me is a little light. In comparison, if you look at some of the other horses, now Ted Noffey in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile earned a 114. Incredible earned a 95 in that Street Sense. Further Ado earned a 95 in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Even Universe, earning second in both the Street Sense and the Kentucky Jockey Club, earned 92s. So the 90 for Nearly, I thought, is a little interesting. And, so we'll see. Visually, much more impressive than what I saw for the 90, and certainly one that I think everybody's going to want to keep their eyes on as we march towards the Kentucky Derby. And you can have all of that coverage as we lead through all the Derby preps right here on Doubling Down, the Doubling Down channel. Doubling Down this week, I gave you Nearly, just didn't have the first leg. Vinny played against him, singling Incredible. He texted me he was quite disappointed in that performance. I think with Ted Noffey off the trail, you're going to see a lot of jockeying amongst horses. The picture's not as clear anymore, I should say. Easy for me to say that clearly. But Nearly is one I think that a lot of people are now going to have in their top 3 or top 5. Stay tuned right here to Doubling Down because we're going to give you our top 5 Kentucky Derby horses in the coming weeks. Throw down in the comments what you thought of Neely's performance. Is he a horse that's on your Kentucky Derby radar? And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for us. Until next time, I'm Colin. Good luck, everybody.